Summers now have come and gone, but your voice still lingers on these walls. I press play on that old recording, hoping you'll answer from the dark. They say that time will heal it all, but this wound just learns to stay quiet. Every July comes back again, and I'm still waiting for you to come home. This is 9 summers without you, 9 summers still I call your name. Your pain became our forever song. We're still singing it the same. 9 summers and the sky still knows the words you screamed into the rain.
Old photographs on the studio wall, the mic it held still feels so warm. We carry your voice to every stage so the world knows you never really left.
They say that you have found your peace, but this song still holds your scream. Every note that we still play is a letter that was never sent. This is 9 summers without you, 9 summers still I call your name. Your pain became our forever song.
We're still singing it the same.
9 summers and the sky still knows the words you screamed into the rain. I tried so hard, I got so far. We're still here, singing through your wounds. You were never alone.
We hear you scream.
This is 9 summers without you, 9 summers still I call your name. Your pain became our forever song.
We're still singing it the same.
9 summers and the sky still knows the words you screamed into the rain. 9 years gone, but this isn't goodbye. This is a song that will never stop playing. Your voice, your pain are forever. I found your jacket by the stairs, still folded like you'd wear it soon. The city changed outside these windows, but nothing changed inside this room. I know the numbers on the calendar, I stopped pretending they don't hurt. Another summer crossed the doorway, and somehow you were there first. Everyone keeps moving forward, like leaving means you're letting go. But every time the speakers wake up, there's something only we still know. When the static calls your name, we turn louder through the pain. Every broken frequency brings a piece of you scratches on the old console where restless hands once kept the time. A photograph behind the cable still catches me when I walk by. We took the songs from town to town and heard them coming back transformed. Different faces, different languages, but somehow everybody knows. Maybe memory isn't silence, maybe absence has a sound. Maybe every voice we carry is another way you're still around. When the static calls your name, we turn it louder through the pain. Every broken frequency brings a piece of you to me. And when 1,000 voices rise, I swear you're somewhere in the light. When the static calls your name, we answer back again. We answer back again. Don't let the signal disappear. I'm still inside the sound. Keep singing when it gets too quiet. We never needed perfect answers. We only needed one more night. So every time the silence finds us, we build a wall of sound and answer back, answer back, answer back. When the static calls your name, we turn it louder through the pain. Every broken frequency brings a piece of you to me. And when 10,000 voices rise, your memory burns across the lights. When the static calls your name, we answer back again. We answer back again. Some signals never really fade. You just learn how to hear them differently. Two. Not yet. There's a list taped to the monitor. 3 songs crossed out, 1 circled twice. Someone wrote, try this one tomorrow, like tomorrow had already arrived. Your coat was hanging by the exit for longer than it should have been. We kept walking right beside it, like moving it would change something. And I remember stupid details, the vending machine that ate your change. You hit the side and started laughing, said everything just needs persuaded. I thought the hardest part would be the obvious empty space, but it's ordinary afternoons that still catch me off my guard. Don't close the door yet, leave it open just a little while. There's still a chord out in the hallway, still a voice I almost recognize. We don't have to call it forever, we don't have to make it make sense. Just don't close the door yet, I'm not ready for the silence yet. Not yet. Not yet. We played another city Friday. I forgot the name before we left. 4 flights up a broken elevator, 20 minutes trying to catch our breath. There was a girl against the barrier, singing louder than the PA. She missed half the notes completely, but somehow knew exactly what to say. Afterwards she waited outside with the record underneath her arm. Said this one lived beside me when I didn't know where else to start. And I nearly gave some polished answer, something pretty, something safe. Then I remembered how you hated every sentence rehearsed that way. So I said, yeah, I know what you mean. Don't close the door yet, leave it open just a little while. Maybe songs don't keep us living, maybe they just make the leaving less quiet. We don't need another promise, we've made enough of those since then. Just don't close the door yet, let the noise come through again. Come through again. I used to think remembering meant keeping everything the same. Same photographs, same stories, same old jokes, same names. But I've forgotten what you wore that night and where we went the day before. And somehow that doesn't scare me like it used to anymore. Because I still remember how the whole room changed when you walked in. Of course you'd say that. So here's the part we didn't fix. Here's the breath we loved too long. Here's the guitar slightly early. Here's the note that landed wrong. Here's everything still unfinished, everything we couldn't say. Maybe that's why it still sounds human. Maybe that's why it stays. Don't close the door yet, leave it open just a little while. There's still a chord out in the hallway, and tonight I recognize your name. We don't need to live there forever, we don't have to go back again. But don't close the door yet, let me hear that room once more. Not yet. I'm standing on a fault line, and nobody can see it move. I'm laughing in a crowded room, then one small sound reminds me of you. No warning, no good reason, just the floor shifting under my feet. I'm standing on a fault line, trying not to fall through the memory. Yesterday was almost normal. Bought some batteries, missed the train. Called somebody I hadn't talked to, forgot why I called halfway. There was nothing cinematic, no storm rolling through the street. Just somebody through an open window, laughing with your kind of laugh. That was enough. That was enough. Funny how the mind protects you until it suddenly forgets. You can carry years like nothing, then get wrecked by 10 seconds. I don't keep your picture with me, I don't need it anymore. I remember you much clearer in the things I can't prepare for. Maybe that's what staying means, maybe No, that sounds too neat. We were terrible at endings, always leaving cables out. Half a sentence on the whiteboard, half a coffee going cold. You could turn a bad rehearsal into something worth the night. Not by making everybody better, just by making it feel alive. And I hate it when you tell me stop trying to sing it right. Yeah, I get it now. I'm standing on a fault line and nobody can see it move. I can make it through 100 nights, then lose 1 minute because of you. No warning, no good reason, no dramatic final scene. Just the ground moving underneath me where nobody else can see. And then it stops, like nothing happened. There are nights we play the old ones, and I watch the front row change. Kids who weren't there when we wrote them, still singing every phrase. Then somebody closes their eyes at exactly the part you loved, and there you are.
Here it comes again.
Okay. I spent years calling it healing, like there had to be a finish line.
Like one morning I would wake up and leave every piece behind.
But maybe healing isn't leaving.
Maybe nothing disappears.
Maybe you just make more room for everything that's still here. I'm standing on a fault line, but I'm not scared to feel it move. Some days I barely think about you. Some days everything turns into your warning. No good reason, that's just how remembering works. The ground moves, then it settles, and I'm still here. We're standing on a fault line,
And maybe that's what keeps this real.
not every scar becomes a lesson.
Not every wound needs something healed.
We carried all the noise forward.
Now a million voices carry it too,
The ground can move beneath us
without taking us back to you.
We don't have to go back.
To know where we came from.
We can miss you and keep moving. Both of those things can be true. Both can be true. I can laugh and still miss you.
Both can be true and still keep moving on.
You good? Yeah. 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 Without an explanation. Funny. You never had an answer. You stood in front of everyone and told them what they wanted to hear. You smiled when the room went quiet, like nobody could see the fear. You called it necessary, you called it something we would need. But every promise had a price, and somehow you were never the one who paid.
You knew.
We knew.
thought we'd forget.
How long can you keep talking before the words stop working? How many times can you say
It wasn't me, before even you don't believe it. We are the people you left behind, the names you never bothered to remember. You took what you wanted, then called it sacrifice. You don't get to close the door and pretend nobody's outside.
we're still here? We're still here.
And we're not looking away. You like the sound of your own voice, especially when nobody says no. You build a room around yourself, then call it something we should know. You make a promise, move the line, change the reason every time. And when somebody finally asks where all the money went, you change the subject. That's your trip, never answer. Just keep talking until everybody's tired.
Until everybody's afraid.
Exactly.
You thought fear would make us quiet.
It made us listen.
You thought lies would make us weep.
They made us notice.
You thought nobody would remember.
We remember everything. We are the people you left behind, the names you never bothered to remember. You took what you wanted, then called it sacrifice. You don't get to close the door and pretend nobody's outside.
We're still here. Still here.
And we're not looking away. Not this time.
I used to think you knew the way. I used to think you had a plan. I defended you when people asked you, 'cause I believed you were better than that.
That was the hardest part.
Not the money,
Not the lies.
knowing I gave you my trust.
And you treated it like a weakness. I did the same.
What?
I saw it happening.
I said nothing.
That's on me too.
Maybe that's what you counted on.
Not a loyalty.
Our hesitation.
You didn't need everyone to believe you.
You only needed enough of us to doubt ourselves.
But look around,
They're awake.
look again.
They're listening.
And every person you ignored is standing closer now. You don't own us. You don't speak for us.
You don't get to decide.
What we remember.
We gave you trust. We gave you time
We gave you every reason.
to do the right thing.
And you chose yourself.
No.
Live with that choice.
We are the people you left behind, the names you thought would disappear.
Yeah. You took what you wanted,
But you can't take what we remember.
but you get to close the door. You don't get to change the past.
You don't get to call it victory
Just because you made it last.
We are the people you left behind. We are the ones you couldn't silence.
You built your world on borrowed trust.
Now watch it fall
Without us.
No more excuses.
No more hiding.
No more waiting.
For you.
We are the people you left behind. They should have listened when we warned you.
You have the power. You have the choice.
Now you have to hear every voice. You always had an explanation. You just never thought we'd stop believing you. I remember what you said. You're not the same anymore. I wanted to fight, you wanted right. I said I didn't have a choice. I said you pushed me too far. Funny how I had an answer for everything you did, but not for who I was.
I kept saying,
This isn't me,
until I couldn't say it anymore.
You know,
I can't blame you for what I became. I made my choices, I signed my name. I can't hate you for the things you did, but I won't lie and say that's all it is.
that's not all it is.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you.
For what I became. I made you the villain, it made things easy. Every story sounded better when I left myself out completely. I said you broke me, I said you changed me, like I wasn't there making every decision right beside you. You asked me to stop, I called it pressure. You asked me to leave, I called it surrender. Then I came back and acted surprised when you didn't recognize me anymore.
You didn't recognize yourself either.
No, I wanted someone to blame,
You had someone.
I wanted someone to save me.
You never
I
asked.
wanted you to understand,
I understood.
that's why it hurt.
I can't blame you for what I became. I made my choices, I signed my name. I can't hate you for the things you did, but I won't lie and say that's all it is.
I wanted someone else to blame.
For every part I couldn't face, I can't blame you.
I can't blame you.
For what I became, what I became.
I found an old picture yesterday, I almost threw it out. You were smiling, I was smiling, neither one of us knew how this would turn out. I don't miss you, not the way you think, but sometimes I miss the person I was. Before everything had to mean something, before we turned every mistake into a reason to stay angry.
What am I supposed to do with the truth?
Keep hating you,
No,
keep blaming you,
no.
then what?
Take it.
Take what? The part that's mine, all of it.
I was afraid.
I was angry,
I wanted to be wrong.
I was selfish,
I was careless.
I knew, and did it anyway.
And I hurt you.
And I hurt you,
And I hurt you.
and neither of us gets to rewrite it.
I am not your excuse. I am not your excuse. I am not your regret.
I am not the person.
You left me out.
I'm what I do next.
I can't blame you for what I became. I made my choices,
I signed my name.
I can't hate you for the things you did, but I won't lie and say that's all it is.
I can't blame you
For what I became,
I can't erase it,
I can't change the day,
but I can't stop living inside that blame.
I can't blame you
I can't blame me.
for every single thing that we couldn't be, but I can face it. I can't let it change.
I can't blame you,
For what I became,
but I'll decide.
what I become.
you're not the same anymore. No, I'm not.
The room still sings. The hallway light is burning late, like someone's coming through the door. There's dust around the photograph, but I still know what silence means. Your old headphones beside the glass, a faded note beneath the strings. Sometimes the room becomes so still, I swear I hear the speakers breathe. Everybody says the years move on, but some echoes never follow time. Another summer fills the windows, and somehow you're still in every line. The room still sings when you're not here. Every wall remembers you. We turn the amplifiers louder, like your voice could break back through. And when the whole crowd sings together, something missing feels alive. The room still sings when you're not here, so we keep the sound alive. There's marker ink across the console, coffee rings beside your chair. 1,000 nights inside these cables, like somebody left a heartbeat there. We took the songs across the oceans, watched strangers know them word for word. And every time the lights went dark, your memory somehow filled the room. Maybe nothing really disappears when a voice becomes a million voices. Every stage becomes another place where the silence doesn't get the final choice. The room still sings when you're not here. Every wall remembers you. We turn the amplifiers louder, like your voice could break back through. And when the whole crowd sings together, something missing feels alive. The room still sings when you're not here, so we keep the sound alive. So we keep the sound alive. Can you hear me now? I'm somewhere in the sound. Don't let the silence win. We heard you in 1,000 strangers. We carried every word you gave. And when the darkness fills the speakers, we turn them up and let them shake. The room still sings when you're not here. Every wall remembers you. We turn the amplifiers louder and let a million voices through. And when the whole crowd sings together, something missing feels alive. The room still sings when you're not here, so we keep the sound alive. Keep the sound alive. Keep the sound alive. Keep the sound alive. The room still sings. Some voices don't disappear, they become rooms we carry with us. And every time the music starts, the room still sings. Someone moved the couch last Tuesday. Now I can see the mark it made. There's still a cable by the bookshelf. Nobody knows where it should go. I found a coffee cup behind it, the kind you always use too long. I almost threw it in the kitchen and stood there holding it instead. What ends up being sacred, not photographs or things you planned, just fingerprints around a coffee cup and handwriting nobody understands. I don't think about you every morning, that would be easier to explain. It happens halfway through a sentence, or when somebody laughs the same. And the light above your chair still flickers when the room gets cold. Nobody's fixed it after all this time. Maybe nobody really wants to. There are newer songs and different faces, different voices everywhere. But for a second when that light comes on, I still look towards your chair. We played that little club in Phoenix, the one with nowhere backstage to sit. Some kid knew every single word, even the ones we nearly didn't print. He waited by the loading door, said one old song, got him through a year. I didn't know what I was meant to say, so I just thanked him for being here. That's when I finally understood it. A song can't leave the ones who made it. It goes and lives with someone else and comes back wearing different faces. And the light above your chair still flickers when the room gets cold. We changed the strings, replaced the speakers, painted nearly every wall. There are newer songs and different faces, and nights I barely think of you. And someone sings one line a certain way, and suddenly I'm back in that room. Yeah, just like that. No warning.
Wait, run that part again.
No,
Leave the mistake in.
it feels better like that. You always hated perfect endings.
You'd cut the take before it shined.
You said the crack inside a voice was how you knew somebody meant it. And the light above your chair still flickers when the room gets cold. Nobody fixed it after all this time, and now I think I know why. Because not everything that stays unfinished needs somebody to make it right. Some things remain exactly where you left them, and somehow keep a room alive. So let it flicker, let it hum, let the bad connections stay. We don't need to turn it into something, we just miss you some days. Leave the light on. Leave the light on. day. Now I can see the market made. There's still a cable by the bookshelf. Nobody knows where it should go. I found a coffee cup behind it, the kind you always use too long. I almost threw it in the kitchen and stood there holding it instead. It's strange what ends up being sacred. Not photographs or things you planned, just fingerprints around a coffee cup and handwriting nobody understands. I don't think about you every morning, that would be easier to explain. It happens halfway through a sentence, or when somebody laughs the same. And the light above your chair still flickers when the room gets cold. Nobody's fixed it after all this time. Maybe nobody really wants to. There are newer songs and different faces, different voices everywhere. But for a second, when that light comes on, I still look towards your chair. We played that little club in Phoenix, the one with nowhere backstage to sit. Some kid knew every single word, even the ones we nearly didn't print. He waited by the loading door, said one old song got him through a year. I didn't know what I was meant to say, so I just thanked him for being here. That's when I finally understood it. A song can leave the ones who made it. It goes and lives with someone else and comes back wearing different faces. And the light above your chair still flickers when the room gets cold. Nobody's fixed it after all this time. Maybe nobody really wants to. There are newer songs and different faces, different voices everywhere. But for a second, when that light comes on, I still look towards your chair. We play that little club in Phoenix, the one with nowhere backstage to sit. Some kid knew every single word, even the ones we nearly didn't print. He waited by the loading door, said one old song got him through a year. I didn't. Don't remember, only the damage. I know I made mistakes, I know I gave you reasons.
But if you say my name,
Don't turn it into a warning. I was more than what I broke, I was more than what went wrong.
remember the ending. Another night, I made it harder than it had to be. I know I shut the door when you were standing there for me. I had 100 things to say and somehow said the worst instead. Now every word I wish I'd spoken comes back when I go to bed. I don't need you to call me innocent, I wasn't. I don't need you to forget it, just don't make it everything. Because a person isn't one mistake, a life isn't one bad night. And maybe all I'm asking is that you remember both sides. If you remember me, don't remember only the damage. I know I made mistakes, I know I gave you reasons. But if you say my name, don't turn into a warning. I was more than what I broke, I was more than what went wrong. I was there too. I spent years trying to look stronger than I ever really was. Kept my hands inside my pockets when I should have reached for yours. I made jokes when things got serious, changed the subject when it hurt. Everybody thought I had it handled, I was barely making it work. And I don't know when it happened, but I got good at disappearing. Not leaving the room, just disappearing while I was standing in it.
You don't have to hide anymore.
I know, I just wish I'd known that then.
We were young,
We were scared,
we were trying,
we were wrong.
but we were more than what went wrong. If you remember me, don't remember hope you don't feel guilty. You don't have to carry me.
Just because I couldn't carry myself.
Don't save me.
I'm not trying to.
Then don't turn me into a tragedy.
I'm not good. But for everything I tried to be.
If you remember me, don't remember only the damage.
Take the good, take the bad, take every part I had.
Don't make me perfect,
Don't make me cruel.
just remember me as someone who is human too. And if one day
You don't remember my face,
that's okay.
just remember
How it felt when we were here.
Of who I should be, a list of things you didn't like about me. You wanted quiet, you wanted easy, you wanted someone who never made you nervous.
Well, you picked the wrong one. I spent too long trying to make you comfortable. Now I'm done making myself smaller. I don't need your permission to say what I mean. I don't need your approval to become who I wanna be. You can keep your rules, you can keep your reasons. I'm done asking you for permission to breathe.
I don't hate it. You said I was reckless, maybe I was, but every time I played it safe, I hated who I was. You called it failure, I called it learning. You called it selfish, I called it finally choosing me.
You don't get to decide what my life is worth.
You don't get to write my ending.
Not anymore.
I tried your way,
Didn't
I
work.
played your game, wasn't mine. So watch me walk across the line. I
your reasons. I'm done asking you for permission to breathe.
Keep your permission.
Keep your permission.
Keep your approval.
Keep it all. Maybe I was scared, maybe I needed you. Maybe I thought being alone meant losing
Everything. And maybe leaving was the first thing you ever did for yourself.
maybe.
But I'm not going back.
Good,
I'm not sorry.
good.
I'm not asking. Then don't tell me who. Don't tell me what to feel.
Don't tell me what I owe you.
I'm done.
I'm done.
We're done.
We're done.
With your rules.
I don't need your permission to say what I mean. I don't need your approval to become who I wanna be. You can keep your rules. You can keep your reasons. I'm done asking you for permission to breathe. I don't need your permission to leave this behind. I don't need your approval to finally choose my life. You can call me selfish. You can call me reckless.
Call me anything you want.
I don't need your permission.
I don't need it.
I never did. You can keep the last word. I already said mine.